Please welcome Craig Kelly with Conquering the Interview. Conquering the Interview, Craig Kelly.
In the famous words of Martin Luther King, I have a dream that one day I will conquer and master the art of answering interview questions in order to land that elusive job. Madam Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, guests. My speech tonight is about how to structure responses to behavioural interview questions. As my story goes, I've been historically successful at getting myself to the interview table. However, on numerous occasions, the statistics show that I've been unsuccessful in gaining the job and therefore not successful at the interview process. So tonight, I'm going to share with you a technique which is going to help improve the structure to speaking. Now, following my last interview, I gained some feedback from the hiring manager, and that was very profound. He said to me, Craig, you've got the skills and you've got the resume. However, if there's one thing I can tell you you need to improve, it's you need to improve how you present, how you structure your information. Now, that piece of advice prompted me to join Toastmasters. And actually Speech 2, which is what I'm doing tonight, is all about speech organisation and structure. And what I've learned over the last few times of coming to Toastmaster is that a good and well-prepared speech includes an introduction, a body and a conclusion. So, having learnt that, I've actually realised that the interviewer's objective is to seek the best candidate for the position. And it's the prerogative of the candidate to make sure you sell yourself and your skills, attitudes, behaviours to the interviewer to ensure that you're the best fit for the job. So, in doing that, generally you have about 1.5 to 2 minutes to convince the interviewer that you are the right person. So that requires structure. Usually you want to give 2 to 3 points. It leaves about 30 seconds, 40 seconds per point. Now, fortunately, there's a universal communication technique that's available to help improve the structure of your responses. And it's called the STAR technique. It's a 3-step structure because the STAR is an acronym that stands for situation, task, action and result. And actually you combine the situation and task into one. Let me start with situation and task. It's very important when you're answering an interview question that you describe the situation you were involved in or the task that you were asked to complete. In doing that, I can give you an example. It sets the scene, much like an introduction in a speech. So, if an interviewer may ask you a question, it might be something along the lines of about, like, tell us an example of when you've been proud of an achievement. So I'd set the situation and say, in my previous role at XYZ, I was successful in applying for a grant for $1 million for an All Abilities regional playground. The community had much sought after this playground, and I was responsible for coordinating the application, which had to be put in within a 3-week period. So the next step in the STAR technique is action. You must describe the action you took and describe what you did, how you did it, and why you did it. So it's important here, it's critically important to sell the skills that you used when doing the situation. So in this case, with regards to the achievement, I could say I used my communication skills to bring together stakeholders from across the local government area and to garner their support for this application. I also would use my time management and organisation skills to this application, which is some 50 pages, together within a 3-week period. So you help sell yourself. The third step, which I'm calling the third step, is like the conclusion, or in this case it's the result. So in fact I think I gave away the result at the start, probably accidentally, but the result in this case is critically important, and don't hesitate to quantify your result. So in this case, we submitted the application on time, and the federal government gave us $1 million for this playground, which, by the way, is currently being built on the foreshore of Lake Hamilton. So in conclusion, I'd like to reiterate that the STAR technique is a very valuable tool for helping to provide a structured response to interview questions. It's also important to note that with a simple structure, you'll be able to convince the interviewer that you are the right person for the job. So in order to achieve my dream, I will continue to practice the art of the structured interview response, the STAR technique, in order to